So what's newest is our full spectrum truffles. So those are made with one of our signature products, full spectrum hash oil, which is a triple filtered oil that, because it's full spectrum, retains all the properties of the original plant, from terpenes to all cannabinoids. So our new truffles are 3 flavors. You got dark chocolate sea salt, milk chocolate peanut butter, and dark chocolate mint. And those are a nice little metal tin of 10 milligrams, truffles.
What is it that consumers are looking for right now out in the industry?
I think they're just looking for something fresh, which, like, not that weed chocolates are a fresh idea, but the way that we've made them, the quality level we've made them at, everything from the packaging, the messaging behind them, I think we're offering something fresh. But that's certainly how I've been feeling about the market the last year or two. Is I think, the glut of products has led consumers to want something fresh and exciting, and something that feels like it's made for them and not made for the best profit margin.
Yeah, no, understood. Like, how do you work with consistency on the manufacturing side to make sure that it's replicated for every product?
Consistency has been kind of one of the watchwords of the Aeriz brand from the beginning, and that's why we grow aeroponically, because with basically 0 residual nutrients, no contamination due to the way that aeroponic cultivation works, we're able to have a super consistent product all the way from flower to the oil that gets made out of it and the chocolates that later get infused with that oil, or the gummies, or whatever it may be.
Overall, are you guys happy you went aeroponic?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I think to your point of, like, what are consumers looking for, I think one of the reasons our brands have continued to grow is because they are looking for something, even if not unique, something that's authentic, right? And so, like, aeroponic has allowed us to create an authentic, super consistent product from when we started cultivating, when it was medical only in Illinois, and now we're launching in our 3rd state, rec, and I think we've kept that same quality that a medical patient would have wanted back then, all the way to what we're delivering to consumers today.
How difficult is it to launch in a new state?
It's tough. I mean, I think, anybody here would tell you the same thing. Like, it's not easy, especially in a state that's been around as long as California. But I do think that, as the largest aeroponic cultivator in the world, actually, of cannabis, I think we do have something that California doesn't have currently to offer there. And additionally, our strategy launching in California has centered around our acquisition of Up North several years ago. So Up North, founded by Jeff Hoops, is a legacy cultivator out of Humboldt County, super classic landrace strains, Durban Poison, one of my personal favorites, so we acquired them a few years ago, and we brought their genetics, with Jeff's oversight of converting them to an aeroponic cultivation. We brought their strains to Illinois and Arizona, and now we're going to kind of run that playbook in reverse, where Up North is already a strong brand out in California. Now consumers are going to learn that it's being produced aeroponically, and that will be a gateway to the Aeriz family of products, and then in the future, our other brand days off as well. The truffles were our big launch recently. We'll definitely be coming out with some exciting new genetics, probably in Illinois next summer, and in Arizona spring to summer. But I'm not allowed to say what those are right now, as we're still in the quality control phase of, we have testing and make sure that we've selected the best phenos of certain things, but we do have some exciting new stuff coming next year.
When it comes to launching new genetics, kind of what goes in to the entire process behind the scenes to make sure you made the right pick?
So, like that partnership that we talked about with Up North has been huge, right? I mean, that's Jeff and that whole team are people who have been in the legal and otherwise cannabis space for a lot longer than we have, frankly, than I personally have, and a lot of us on the Aeriz team. So their deep knowledge of how a lot of these strains, crosses, phenos came about has been super helpful. We've also had a partnership with Fig Farms that was very beneficial to us in terms of making more partnerships with, smaller cultivators around the country. And so we've got things pretty dialed in now where we do have a number of cultivation partners that we'll go to when we're looking for new genetics. And from that point, either of our cultivation leads, whether it's Zach Big in Illinois or Reese Roeder out in Arizona, will work with whatever the source of those genetics were to make sure that we grow it aeroponically at the same quality that we would expect, right? And often we like to think we get it even better once that really gets dialed in and you're smoking something that has no residual nutrients, 0 ppm, it's just pure flower in the truest sense of the word.
What are your thoughts on the show?
I'm having a lot of fun. It's always great to, meet up with partners that we don't necessarily see because we're in different states and stuff. And for me personally, it's great. Well, this is more focused on the B2B side of things. I think as I primarily think about how we're speaking to bud tenders and consumers, it's great for me to see the direction that the industry is moving as a whole, right? And kind of pick up on vibes of like, hey, this is the way people are going to be talking about the industry in the next year or so, and adjust what we're doing based on that information.
What vibes are you picking up this year?
I think everybody is hopeful for the future, but I think, to your question earlier about launching in a new state, I think times have gotten a little bit tougher, and I think I've always been super optimistic about this industry as a whole because I think everyone here and everyone in this industry is part of something really special, which is creating a new culture in America, essentially. Legal cannabis culture has not existed en masse up until the last couple of years. And so I think there are definitely some struggles and there's going to be different brands rising and falling over the next couple of years. I think as we're all out here just waiting for federal legalization, which is probably more years away than we thought it was now, I think everybody's trying to find their footing. And for me, it's exciting because, we are making history here. We talk about prohibition now like it was history, and we're creating what to me is an even more exciting history and an even more beneficial culture, both for the industry and for consumers.
Hey, thanks for taking the time, man.
Yeah, great talking to you, David.
Awesome.